Hello and welcome back to a video, and I'm going to be doing week 17 predictions. My uploading schedule hasn't been the most consistent. Going into the first game, there is the Eagles at Washington. Now, I feel like the Eagles, the 8 and 7 Eagles, they should easily take care of business. The Cowboys wiped the Washington last week, and the Eagles, they're not a bad team with Jalen Hurts. He kind of carries that whole offense. I feel like they should be able to score on Washington pretty easily, and I feel like Washington won't put up much as a fight with Heinicke. He is definitely one of the worst quarterbacks in the league right now, probably. So the Eagles, this should be a pretty easy game for them. So going on the next game, the Rams versus the Ravens. Now, the Rams, they're kind of on a hot streak right now. They kind of have a win streak going. I feel like they should be able to pretty easily win this game. They're gunning for that first spot in the NFC West. I'm pretty sure it's the NFC West. And the Ravens have been kind of on a losing streak, even though they might have won their last game. I really don't know. I just know that they're not like last year or the year before. Bucks, Jets. I don't really have to go over this. Tom Brady is going to just wipe the Jets' butt. So, going on to the next game. Dolphins, Titans. Now, this might be a closer game than people think. I'm still going to take the Titans with A.J. Brown back. He showed that he can carry that offense with Tannehill. Finally has somebody to throw to besides horrible wide receivers. And the Dolphins, they don't really have a talented team. They are on a win streak, but they've kind of been playing bad teams. So I feel like the Titans should be able to have a redemption game and a statement win for them. Going to the next game, Jags, Patriots. Bill Belichick will wiped the Jags. Now we're going to go over this game. The Patriots running back should have like 500 rushing yards combined, and it will not be close. Going to the next game, Colts, Raiders. Jonathan Taylor should have a field day against this Raiders team, and I feel like the Colts will win. Raiders probably going to put up a little bit of a fight, but Jonathan Taylor should secure the game for the Colts. So going over the next game, the Chiefs versus the Bengals, probably the closest game of the week, and I'm going to pick the Chiefs here, even though I think Joe Burrow in the offense is very good. I feel like the Chiefs are just a little bit better, and Patrick Mahomes will outduel Joe Burrow, who I think is a good quarterback, but Patrick Mahomes is just better, obviously. Chiefs are on a real hot streak, hottest team in the NFL right now, and they should have a very statement win here and prove they are the best team in the AFC. Going to the next game, a really boring game, Giants-Bears. I don't know who would watch this game if you're not a Giants or Bears fan, but I'm going to be picking the Bears here. David Montgomery is back. He is shown he is pretty good, and the Bears just have a little bit better offense because Danny Dimes sucks. So going to the next game, Bills, Falcons. Bills should win this game and secure their spot in the playoffs. They should make the playoffs. They are a playoff caliber team. They just cannot. They've just had bad games. They could be the best team in the AFC right now. They just had bad games. I don't know what is happening to the offense. They've shown like some Josh Allen losing, especially that Jags game. I don't know what happens to them some games. It's like they just turn off a switch, and they look like the Jags when they're playing. It's really bad, but they should be able to take care of the Falcons, obviously. The Falcons are not good. Their defense has given up so many points. Matt Ryan is old, and Cordell Patterson cannot do every single position for them, even though he's obviously trying. Going to the next game, Texans, 49ers. 49ers should have a pretty easy game. That offense has shown to be pretty good, and the Texans defense has shown to be pretty bad. This should be a high-scoring game for the 49ers, and it should be really no problem for them, even though Texans are coming off that pretty big win last week against the Chargers. I feel like that was just a fluke game, and it won't happen again. Next game, Chargers versus Broncos. I feel like the Chargers, after that last game, they should be looking for a redemption game. The Broncos are not a bad team. I feel like it's going to be pretty close, but Justin Herbert will find a way to score against this pretty good Broncos defense. And the Broncos, after that Teddy Bridgewater injury, don't have a quarterback, and they are bad. Panthers, Saints, next game. Now, this could be any team. This is coin flip. Saints look like the best team in the NFL, beating the Bucs, and then they lose to some pretty bad teams. So I don't really know what to pick here. The Panthers have just been so bad. I'm going to pick the Saints here. I feel like if they just put up some offensive effort, they will win this game. Panthers have just been looking horrible. Cam is obviously not the quarterback. He had good first 2 weeks and then fell off. So I'm just going to pick the Saints here, but it could go either way. Going into the next game, the Lions versus the Seahawks. Honestly, I'm going Lions here. The records would say differently, but the Seahawks are in such shambles, and Lions have just that energy coming off of 2 wins and beating Arizona. They just have a different energy now that they want to win games, that they can win games. And the Seahawks, they're kind of giving up on the season, so I'm picking the Lions here. This is going to be an upset, but not really an upset because the Seahawks kind of suck. Going into the best game of the week, it is the Cardinals versus the Cowboys. Cowboys coming off a pretty easy win against Washington, and the Cardinals coming off of a loss. I think the Cardinals are on like a 2 or 3 game losing streak. I don't think they had to have won in December. I don't know though. I think I'm gonna pick the Cardinals here, even though they're on a losing streak and the Cowboys had a really good game last week. I feel like if Kyler Murray just turns it on, that offense cannot be stopped. He cannot be stopped. He turns on. He plays MVP caliber football when he turns on that switch and he's on for that game. I feel like he will outduel Dak and that offense, and the Cardinals defense just has to make a couple stops. I feel like the Cardinals can definitely pull off this game, even though if they've lost a little morale these past couple games when they've lost, especially against the Lions. But I feel like they should be able to definitely beat the Cowboys here, even though the Cowboys are a very good team. Going into Sunday Night Football, Vikings-Packers, their last appearance, the Vikings barely squeaked out a win, and that was an upset, but I feel like the Packers should have this game pretty easily. They did activate Jair, so that will definitely help their team if he does play, but even if he doesn't, I feel like that defense just had a really bad game that week, and if they can stop Justin Jefferson, they will win this game. The Packers offense should obviously score pretty easy like they did last time, and they just have to make a couple stops, and they will win this game pretty easily. Going on a Monday Night Football, Browns-Steelers, division rivalry game, and this game could determine playoffs for either team. So this is going to be a very competitive game. It's going to be very close, but I feel like Nick Chubb and the Browns will outlast the Steelers and Big Ben. Baker Mayfield is bad, but Ben Roethlisberger is worse. So if Baker just doesn't throw 4 interceptions, they will win this game. Nick Chubb just has to carry that team and that offense. Their defense should definitely be able to hold Big Ben. They just have to stop Najee. It's just going to be a battle of running backs. Najee versus Chubb. Both quarterbacks have been looking pretty bad, but both running backs are pretty good. So that's the end of the video. I'm going to start trying to upload more. See you in the next one.